show you 3 different ways to solve the same problem. The first way is the way we've been doing the past few problem sets. The second way is a little bit more challenging, and the third way is like a middle school level way to solve it. The third way I'm not technically supposed to teach you yet because it's very advanced, but I really think that some of you are ready, so I want to show you it at least so you can try it.
Here is strategy number 1. Our problem is going to stay the same. It's 5 4/6 centimeters times 4 3/5 centimeters, and we want to find the area. So this is the area model like we've been doing. I separated the 5, the whole number, and the 4/6, 4 3/5. 4 times 5 is 20 for this box. For this rectangle, I have 4/6 times 4, and I get 16/6. For this box, I have 3/5 times 5, and I get 15/5. And for this box here, I have 4/6 times 3/5, which gives me 12/30. Now, I need to add all those up together to get my final area. So I need to add 20 plus 15/5 plus 16/6 plus 12/30. So 20 is a whole number that can stay the same. 15 divided by 5 is 3, so I'll change that. 16/6 is an improper fraction, so I'm going to change it to a mixed number. So that would be 2 4/6. And 12/30 I can't change yet, so I'm going to leave that there. All right, first I'm going to add all my whole numbers. 2 plus 3 plus 20 is 25. And then I need to add my fractions, but they don't have the same denominator. So I'm going to have to find the lowest common denominator, which is 30. I'm going to change 4/6 into 30ths. 4 times 5 is 20. And 6 times 5 is 30. So then when I add it to 12/30, I get 32/30, otherwise known as 1 2/30, and simplified be 1 1/15. Holy cow, now I have to add this to the 25, and I get 26 1/15 centimeters squared as my area, and that is using the area model strategy. The second strategy you could use would be turning your mixed numbers into improper fractions. So the way I would do that is I would do 5 times 6 is 30 plus 4 is 34. So that would give me 34/6 times. Now I would go over here and do 4 times 5 is 20. Plus 3 more is 23, so it'd be 23/5. And then I can use this as my new problem to solve instead of using the mixed numbers. So I would have to do 34 times 23, which I'm going to solve on the side because I can't do that in my head. Whoops. 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Add a 0 because we're moving on to the tens place. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 3 is 6. So I get 782. 782 over 6 times 5 is 30. And then I have some long division to do. 30 does not go into 7. 30 goes into 78 2 times. 30 times 2 is 60. When I subtract, I get 18. Bring down the 2. 30 goes into 182 6 times for 180, and when I subtract, I get a remainder of 2, so 26 2/30 would be my final answer, and if I simplify that fraction, it would give me 26 1/15 centimeters squared. So this is a 5th grade level skill. You guys are all capable of doing this. You know how to change mixed numbers into improper fractions, and you know how to do long division to solve for the answer. So that is strategy number 2, turning mixed numbers into improper fractions. Whoa.
For this strategy, I wanted you to be able to see me because I'm going to give you some examples using my arms. So again, we have the same problem on the board, right? But we're not going to draw an area model, and we're not going to change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. We're going to leave them. What we are going to do is we're going to separate the whole number and the fraction. So here's my whole number, here's my fraction. So I'm going to separate it in a parentheses. So I'm going to do the whole number 5 plus 4/6. See how that's still the whole number and the fraction? I just separated them by putting a plus sign, okay? And then I'm going to do times 4 wholes times 3/5. Okay, if you're solving it this way, it's just like the area model, and here's why. We're still going to multiply just like we had in our area model. So if I was going to find this, it would be 5 times 4, right? Here, I'm going to do 5 times 4, and I'm going to get 20. Same thing here, I would get 20. Now here, I also need to do 5 times 3/5. 5 times 3/5, just like here, I would do 5 times 3/5, and I would get 15/5. Okay, now I've used this 5, so I'm good there. Now I need to go to the 4/6. I need to do 4/6 times 4. Just like in our area model, we would have done 4/6 times 4, and I would have gotten 16/6. And then I also need to do 4/6 times 3/5, just like I would have done in our area model. 4/6 times 3/5, and I would get 12/30. So I'm not changing how I'm solving the problem, I'm just changing the way I write it. So instead of drawing an entire area model, I'm using parentheses and solving that way. Now, the way I like to think about solving it with parentheses is kind of like making sure that we have all the numbers touch the numbers on this side, and that's kind of what I mean. Let's pretend the 5 is the mom. Okay, just stay with me here for a second. So I'm going to make the 5 pink for mom. Okay, mom has to kiss both of her babies before they go to bed. So kind of imagine the parentheses like my arms. So my arms are the parentheses. My babies are Chance and Lakin. So I'm going to kiss Chance, put her to bed, kiss Lakin, put her to bed, and then I'm done with that. So I'm going to kiss Chance, kiss Lakin, put him to bed, kind of like this. Okay, we'll pretend 4/6 is the dad, right? Now, Mr. Fahrenholtz, he's also got to give Chance a kiss and give Lakin a kiss before they can go to bed. So that means the mom has to kiss both babies and the dad has to kiss both babies, and then you're finally done with your problem. So once we have all of our fractions down here, we can start to solve. And that's it. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do one more solving this way because it's so brand new, so that you have one more example to look at. Here's your second problem. Made it the numbers easier just so we can get the strategy down. So 1.5 times 2 1/4. I'm going to separate 1 1/2 times 2 1/4. Now remember, mama's got to kiss both the babies, dad's got to kiss both the babies. So I'm going to do mom 1 times 2 is 2, plus mom's got to kiss the other baby. 1 times 1/4 is 1/4. And then dad's got to come in here. 1/2 is dad. He's going to kiss this baby. 1/2 times 2 is 1 whole. And 1/2 times 1/4 is 1/8. And then I can go ahead and solve. I need to change this to eighths. So I'm going to make this 2/8. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2/8 plus 1/8 is 3/8. So my final answer would be 3 3/8 units squared for the area. Sorry, I'll make that 3 look a little bit more like a whole number. There you go. So that's the new strategy. If that makes sense and you want to use it, awesome, use it. If you're like, Ms. Reynolds, I have no clue what you're doing, ignore me. Do the way that you feel comfortable with, either the area model or changing those mixed numbers into improper fractions. Let me know if you need any help. See ya!
For your exit ticket today, you're solving all of number 1, you're skipping number 2, and solving number 3. Exit ticket, go ahead and complete and submit to Seesaw.